What is going on YouTube? Good to be back. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing why I'm at zero and how I'm going to get back to earning money and how I'm going to get to 100k per month. That is my goal. That is my intention. That is what I'm going to do. And yeah, that might sound a bit stupid. That might sound a bit ludicrous, but I'm going to do it. And I'm going to be showing the whole journey. I'm going to be vlogging it or I'm going to be recording it, documenting it, whatever you can, because you know what? I feel like if you have ambitions and you want to make money, it would be cool to see someone else doing it so you can just copy what they do. Now, there's obviously so many people doing this on the internet, but you know what? Why not add myself to the mix? And I want to make it really raw. I want to make it like you're kind of with me, because the types of videos that I really like to watch and I find really interesting for some reason is those vlogs where I'm literally with the person. Maybe because I don't have many friends, I don't know, but that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm on my way to Caffè Nero now, because sometimes, you know, well, I'm at zero, so I can't actually buy that much coffee right now, cry. But like sometimes, okay, so luckily my dad, he basically gets one free Caffè Nero every week, and he's gone to Kenya. So he's kindly gifted me a Caffè Nero voucher, so I can now take my bag, go sit in Caffè Nero and crack on with some work. So I'll see you there. Peace. Yo. So we are back on the move, and yeah, I didn't actually end up filming in Caffè Nero because I didn't want to, I don't know, it was just quite quiet in there, and like, I don't know, I didn't feel comfortable filming. I will get over it at some point though, because, you know, well, to be fair, I didn't want to disturb people by just talking into a camera, and it was like quite an intimate store. Anyway, I'm here now. We're back on the move. Wi-Fi quality in the cafe was a bit disappointing, to be honest. The one thing that I like about Bali is that, like, basically, if you don't know, I used to live in Bali, lived there for like 10 months. And one of the things that I liked about living in Bali was that all the cafes, they had sick internet, like 100, 200 Mbps, that's megabytes per second download speed, which is pretty good if you want to work. And they've kind of built it in a way where you can work really easily from cafes. And they are just a little bit nicer than Caffè Nero, like the ambience, if you find a good one, is a lot nicer. And the one thing that is really important, so if you ever end up working online or working from cafes, you need to find a cafe where the table height is low enough so that your elbow is not just like sitting like this. Because I used to go to cafes and my elbows, or it's not my elbows, my shoulders would be up here because I'd be like trying to type on my laptop. And the issue with that is you get a massive strain in your upper back. So little tip if you want to become a little digital nomad or whatever, online worker, that's the importance of finding a good chair to work from, because it just makes it less painful, and working is already painful itself for the mind. So you've got to keep the body nice and comfortable, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like the thing that I'm working on at the moment, so the business that I'm starting, well, I don't really know what the business is or the product is yet, because I'm following this guy called Charlie Morgan's course. You know what, I'll link it in the description because it's that good. And it's basically like free course online to help people who don't really have any cash. I think it's targeted to people that are like 18-year-olds mainly. But obviously, like, when you have an avatar, you will end up reaching out to other people. But like, basically, the way that he has explained business is better than, and I've invested, the most expensive course I've invested into is like, probably like 6k. Was it 6k? 6.8k, that's what it was. And this guy's given this content for free. What, my God, am I impressed by his ability to, like, basically, like, the way of thinking, the depth of thinking, the depth of research that he has gone through and he's teaching us to go through in order to create this business. Like, man, it's fucking deep, man. And I think that's how you win. And like, if I were to go back a few years, I think like I would think a lot more deeply about who I want to be my mentor, because I kind of just like, I was like, yeah, I want to start a fitness business, and then I just like got thrown an ad and I was like, all right, cool, let's buy this course, and I just like jumped into it very quickly, almost on a whim. But like now I've thought, okay, like what is the life that I want to live? Who do I want to be? How much money do I actually want to make? What is the business that I want to build? And then you find the mentor that actually is closest to that goal versus trying to like just like find someone that can help, you know? Anyway, so what I'm doing at the moment, the first part of the course is basically like these like foundations, business foundations, and he goes through like really foundational stuff. He explains it at like such a baby level, and some of the stuff I know, don't get me wrong, but still it's good to be reminded by these things. And like one of the things about knowledge is that over time you do forget things, and so you have to constantly remind yourself of the most important knowledge so you never forget it. Because like one of the worst things, like I think there's a quote, and it's like, knowledge is only useful if it's remembered. Anyway, I'm at the part of the course where I'm doing like niche research. So basically a niche is a group of people that I've identified that I want to help in my business. And most people will be like, oh, I know how to write. So then I'm going to go and approach these people. And this is what I've done in the past. I'm going to go approach these people and help them in this way. Whereas the approach that Charlie has said is like, basically, find the group of people, go and speak to them, and then identify the problem that they have, build the solution around the problem that they're facing, and then build the skill set so that you can deliver the solution and get them the result, versus trying to think, oh, I know how to write a little bit, so I'm just going to build that solution and then offer that out. He's doing it from a foundational first principles basis. He's like, oh, I see this problem over here with this group of people. I'm now going to think of the solution and then figure out how I'm going to solve it, which actually makes way more sense, because like it means that you can actually solve better problems, harder problems, and eventually make more money. Now it is more difficult because you have to learn new skills and you have to do the hard work of researching. Like I spent the last hour, I searched productivity on YouTube. I looked at most recent results, and I'm going through each video, clicking on the video and looking for creators from like 10,000 to 100,000, maybe sometimes more subscribers, because these people, they're quite, well, I have a hypothesis that they're time poor, but they have an audience and they don't know how to monetize it. And so now I'm going to go and speak to them and figure out if that is actually a real problem that like they need solving. And like, I don't know, like they might have another problem. It might be like they struggle with finding video editors, or they struggle with time management. But I'm gonna just email all of these guys and be like, yo, I'm thinking of building a business on the creator economy, or like I'm writing a book on the creator economy. Can I like interview you for like 15 minutes just to understand like your life? And then through speaking to these people, I'm going to be able to craft and understand what problem these guys are facing, and then come up with a solution for them, and then I'll be able to sell it. So yeah, it's a really interesting way of like, well, it's a really good way of I think it's a really good way of building a business, because you're thinking from the ground up and thinking from first principles versus trying to just like guess at things. And yeah, man, like I wish I did this, like, I mean, it wasn't released then, but I wish I did this like 2-3 years ago when I first started on my like entrepreneurial journey, rather than trying to fucking like just do random shit. But yeah, we're here now, and as long as we're taking action. One of the other things I want to mention is that like even just going out for like an hour, man, like going out for an hour, so powerful. Like working from the coffee shop, I just feel way more productive. And I think even in Bali, like working from the whole day, like I just used to get distracted. And so now I need to remember that like sometimes it's worth just like going out, working from somewhere else, getting that buzz of energy, and then coming back home afterwards to continue locking in. So yeah, done about an hour and 10 minutes of work, so not a crazy amount, but like I was pretty focused. Still not as focused as I can be. I know that I can be way more focused. Like, I did look at my phone a few times, but like we'll get there. Like I think at the beginning it's hard because like again, like I went from, so like my journey so far, I'm not going to tell you the whole journey because it's kind of long, but like recently, like I started doing this like cold email thing. I was in Bali and I was like, yeah, I'm going to be bankrupt. And I was kind of worried. My car's here, so I can stop now. And I was like, yeah, like I'm going to be bankrupt. I need to like do something. And I just started throwing shit at the wall, like genuinely throwing shit at the wall. And I did make progress. Like I was having sales calls, but like I kind of went down that path because like I didn't know what else to do and I was kind of rushing through it. Whereas this process that I'm going through right now is like actually what I want, or what I think I want anyway. Like I think I would really enjoy working with creators and helping them build like products and services to like fit their audience, and I think that's something that they may struggle with anyway. So it could be a good place for me to like hit that market. And I think like that 10k to 100k subscriber mark is like relatively untapped, because I think people over like 100k, 200k, 300k up to 1 million, like they're getting sponsorship deals and they're getting this and that. But like that lower, they're like, they've still got an engaged audience. They can still sell to that thing, but they're also like incredibly time poor because they can't afford a team yet. But then like, so they're doing everything like themselves. But then at the same time, like they have like an engaged audience. So it could be a good opportunity, but like, I don't know, man, like we got to test it out. Throw it out into the market, see if anyone bites. And to be honest, like even before I go and do that, I'm gonna still do these, like I'm gonna follow this course that Charlie Morgan has created to the T. I'm gonna do the research, and like it's, oh man, it's so mad that this course that he's created, like it's so depth, like it's so in detail, and like he'll say on the call like, this is a sick course, this is the best course online, and like I don't think he's fucking lying, man. Like I think this guy is the real deal. And like now I've found this person that I can follow and absorb, and like he's only 1 year older than me. He's like 27 years old, I think. I'm 26. So he's like literally the same age as me, and he's like earning like 2 mil a month or 1.5 mil a month or something like that. 1 mil a month, 1 to 2 mil a month. And so look, he has like very strong views about like discipline and work ethic. Like he'll say work 12 hours a day and all this stuff. But then like now I have gone through this whole process and I've realized that like actually that is the life that I want to live. So it makes sense to find someone who is living a similar life that's just a few years ahead of me. Like still, like he's only done this in the last 7 years, right? So, and he started from zero with like no skills, and he just like fucking did the volume. Now I might even be able to get to where he is quicker than he has, because I've still got like, I haven't built as many skills in the last 7 years that he has, obviously, but I've still built some skills, right? And so I can use that now to build my offer and build my product and yeah, see what happens. And so I am earning like literally, I've got one fitness client left who's paying me monthly, and other than that I'm earning like literally very little money every month. But I'm happier than ever, because at least I'm focusing on something that actually is going to bring me joy and purpose. So anyway, that was a long rant, that was a long ramble, but I'll take you with me. I don't know how like often I'm gonna shoot these videos, honestly. Like I'm just doing it to like document this whole journey. Like I think it's kind of cool that like I'm going through this process of like earning money online, and like I'm pretty much starting from zero. So it might even help a lot of people online as well if people end up watching it. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for this journey. And like now I have like, I don't know, a bit more forward motion, a bit more momentum. Let's see what we can do. Peace. See you in a bit. What's going on, team? We're back in the den. This is where I work, by the way. Ironically, I'm going to tell you in a minute exactly what I've been doing. But I've been looking at YouTubers that have like typically like do these like desk setup videos, and so now I'm like, oh, critiquing my desk setup. And I mean, it's not the most organized setup, I can't lie, but it does the job. And I would say it's like a mid setup. Like, it's not completely bad, but it's like, it's not like 10 out of 10, you know. It's not like, it's not Instagrammable, but it does the job. But I'll show you now. So we have the big screen, and I would like to thank one of my previous jobs for giving me this screen. I think I ordered it maybe like when I worked at Amazon, which was pretty sick. And then I have this chair, which is quite nice. This chair is actually sick. I think I got that ordered when I had a job, and then I quit and I got to keep the chair. So that was a good perk. And basically what I've been doing is, you can see here, I have been going through YouTube and I've searched basically the term productivity. And I've gone through and I've filtered for YouTube videos between 4 and 20 minutes. And then I'm going through and looking for YouTubers with subscribers between 5,000 and like, I would even say like 500K. Maybe even up to 1 million. But like, the thing is, I'm very early days, and so I'm testing who's going to respond. Like, we might find that 600K subscriber it's like, ideally I want to find the people that will respond with the highest subscriber count, because they have the most leverage. But I also need to find people in pain. And so it's like a balance, right? Who has leverage but is in pain, basically. Because I'm trying to build a business partnering up with these people. And I've basically manually gone and like taken, you can see here, like literally written like all these channels in a list. And the reason being is because like, I want to basically get all these people's emails, email them or Instagram DM them, probably both, and be like, hey, like, to be honest, I'm just going to do some market research. I think I said that before. And I'm like, hey, like, I'm really interested in building a business in the creator economy, or like with YouTubers, partnering up with YouTubers, and I'm doing some market research. Would you up for like a 15-minute chat to discuss something like that? And a lot of these guys, I mean, some of them have their own products, some of them don't. So it'd be interesting to hear from them, like what their goals are with YouTube, and if that's something they're struggling with. And if they are, then that's where I can build a solution. Now, I actually probably could automate this whole process somewhat, or automate it a lot more. Now, the thing is, I've got to go through and look at videos, go through and do the search, look for videos. But then the thing is, there's loads of videos that come up that like are not relevant, or from channels that aren't relevant. And so doing it manually is time consuming, but then it allows me to really pick out the channels that are relevant. There is a YouTube channel scraper, which I've used in the past. And I'd have to find a way to basically take the YouTube channels and then only pick out the ones that are of interest to me, if that makes sense. Maybe like only using the ones with a name or something, and maybe I'd probably miss out at some, but then I'd be able to do like hundreds. But I think this is something that I've realized, is that like often I've tried to like automate things in the past, but you can't automate what you don't know how to do, right? Because you're just going to be automating the wrong thing, or you're going to be doing it the wrong way, and then you're not going to give it the right input, and then you're not going to get the right output. Whereas if you know what you're automating, like if you know the output and the input, then you can automate. And I think there's always this like, there's a big thing I've spoken to friends about starting businesses, even in the past, I've always had this like thought that, oh, like I need to scale, I need to automate things, I need to do things fast. But at the beginning you don't, because you don't know what you're automating. And so you need to put in the reps and put in the graft to understand what you're doing, so that you can then go and apply scale to it, because you know exactly like the different things that you need. Like if you think about like a business like Facebook, at the beginning it was just like a small network, social network for like Harvard grads, and so there was no scale to it. Like it wasn't for everyone, but they did it for like this really small group of people, and then they applied scale. Another one is like well, let me think. Airbnb, literally, what's the word? I've lost my thought. Airbnb literally, like, I think they went to this event in like San Francisco or something, and they either wanted to make money or they didn't know where to stay, and so they ended up just like going to someone's house and staying on their couch because the hotels were so expensive or something like that. And then they're like, that's where it spawned from. Deliveroo, I remember him going on Diary of a CEO podcast, and he like talked about how he used to go and deliver food himself from the restaurant. And so all of these like massive businesses, they all started with really, really unscalable things. And I think there's a book on this or something, I don't know, but like whenever you're at the start of your entrepreneurial journey, I think often it can be very, very easy to like start with the unscalable thing. Like for example, when I was like starting the fitness thing, I really wanted to jump to ads and I really wanted to go online. Or like, you know, when I wanted to like start there's just so many examples where I've like, even with the cold email thing. So basically like recently I was trying to send cold emails to marketing agencies and be like, hey, I can generate leads, and recruitment agencies, and like, yeah, it works because you can do enough volume and you can get interest, and it's like a common painful problem for people. But then you're never going to uncover the unique insights that other people can uncover by doing the manual work, the painful problem. Like I'm now going to go through this list, find the emails, get the emails, email every single person with a hyper personalized message, like referencing one of their videos, and like maximize the number of conversations. Because like the outcome for me is to basically maximize the number of conversations that I can have with these people to understand exactly what the problem that they're facing is. Now you cannot do that if you just jump to like sending generic cold emails to this list of people saying, hey, I can help you build a business. Okay, about what? What do you like? Now with that information, like I can go away and then craft like content, ad copy, all this stuff, because I've done the hard graft of actually having the conversations and doing the manual work of like understanding where they are. And I think we are going through this shift where like things are becoming more automated with AI, etc., etc. But then that doesn't mean that you skip out on some of the manual stuff, because doing the manual stuff and whatever domain you're in is actually going to be the thing that allows you to apply AI to it and actually then have a lot of leverage. But if you don't have, like, for example, even like going through this process of like scraping the leads, I can maybe like understand, okay, there's a pattern where like the channels that I want have a full name attached to it. So perhaps I just filter out all the ones without a full name. And then that gives me like a decent list of, and then I can get the emails from either the description or the, like there's a bit in the channel bit where you can get the email, etc. So I don't know, maybe I'll do it manually for a bit more and then apply AI or apply automation later on. But I'm also trying to like do this on the cheap as well. I haven't got that much cash, so I know that the scrapers might cost a little bit of cash. I don't know how many results I would have to scrape in order to get the number of results that I want. Like how many results I have to scrape to get 100 good quality results. That's the thing. And I guess when you're applying automation to anything, you're going to sacrifice quality for scale. And that's not an issue because you can just do like 10 times the amount. And so the overall output is still going to be higher, which is what matters. And yeah, you might miss out on like 2 or 3. But then again, like at the beginning, you kind of want to maximize everything because you want to get as much data as possible. And so, yeah, we'll see. I think I just want to do it manually first. And this is I think the key learning from this point, or this thing I'm trying to say, is like, I know I've rambled on again, there's no shortcuts. There's literally no shortcuts. Like, I tried to become an online coach without being a PT. I tried to like basically do this cold email thing and do lead generation, and I don't think there's a shortcut. There is no shortcut. Like, you literally can, like, you can try, but you're never going to be as good as the person that hasn't taken the shortcut. Like, for example, let's say I wanted to become a lead generation specialist, or like start a lead generation business. The better idea would be to go and work 1 to 2 years with a company that is literally like doing the thing. Now, you can learn yourself, to be fair, but like, you're going to just pay down that ignorance debt over time. But the thing is, like, I think that doing the manual stuff is the thing that's actually going to pay you dividends. For, like, me going through this process of having, like, for the next 2 months, having like multiple conversations with people in this niche, and like understanding their issues, is going to pay me for the rest of my life. The other thing is that this is why I think it's important to, once you have a bit of self-awareness, to actually pick a business that you're not doing for the money as such. Like, I'm genuinely curious about this, like the creator economy. Like, I've been curious about and this is why I switched. Like, when I was in Bali, I had pressure over money. The money pressure was causing me to go down this cold email route. But in the back of my head, I always kind of wanted to like go down this creative route. And then I was like, all right, cool. What am I going to do? When I got back, and it didn't feel like I didn't feel motivated. I just didn't. And then I just wasn't doing the work. And then I went down this like Charlie Morgan route of like looking at his course, because I'd already like made progress in the cold email business. And then the course opened my eyes, because it was like, oh shit, like maybe you should just like actually look at things from first principles. And then I actually went through his whole process of identifying which niche to pick, which basically made you look at your skills, look at your interests, create like a list of like, first it did like this understanding yourself activity. And then after looking at your skills and interests, it came up with a list of like 20 niches. It then looked at which of those niches were viable, of which like 5 or 6 were. And it was like marketing agency, media company, creators, coaches, and consultants is the things that I came up with. And then from there, my gut was like, I want to work with creators, because I think that's who I can add the most value to it. Because I kind of have a good, decent understanding of business. Whereas I'm not that good at like the creative side of things, although I am like, but I am also an aspiring creator. So I do have an understanding of their world. And so like, that is where I think I can add the most value. That's where I don't have to build. I mean, I will have to build more skills, but like I have a good understanding already of like how creators can monetize. Because like as a coach, you're basically, most people go into coaching and then start creating content. Whereas these guys have started creating content, they've built the distribution. Now they're like, okay, I don't know what to do with this distribution. And that's where I can come in and be that gap potentially. I mean, I have to speak to them first, but that is my hypothesis. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens, I guess. I'll keep you posted, of course. Again, I've rambled on. This is going to be like a fucking 20-minute video, 30-minute video. And it's literally one day. I'm going to maybe do the daily vlogs, because I think it's actually kind of interesting, the developments of this whole thing. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. We'll see. But also, like, I've been... fucking hell, I keep rambling on. It's so easy to talk, isn't it? I was looking at, like, obviously I've been going through this list of YouTubers today, and like a lot of them are vloggers, because the search term I used was productivity. So every day I'm going to test a different search term. And this time it was productivity. And obviously with productivity, you get kind of like, I think the two big groups of people that I've seen is like the big like tech productivity YouTubers, where they're like reviewing Apple products, their desk setup, the tools that they use, all these different things. And then you've got like the day in the life, my productive routine kind of vibe. And yeah, these vloggers, man, they must have such engaged audiences, because people are just like kind of becoming their friends parasocially, which is interesting. So maybe you guys are going to become my friend as well. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, I've been working for like, what I'm going to go through, I'm going to extract the information from these channels. I'm going to get the emails. I'm going to like write down a little bit of information from them. I'm going to get their like Twitter handles, Instagram handles. And then in the afternoon, when I come back from the gym, I'm going to go through and I'm going to send out the emails and DMs. I think I might find it hard to do all 90. I might just do 30. Because that was actually what was the ask. But I was like, yeah, I can do more. But I realized it's actually quite time consuming to do so many. And maybe it's better for me to like, because then I won't be able to continue with the course. And I do want to continue with the course at the same time. I like having multiple, even though they say that focus is good. Like I feel like, I don't know, I just get bored like doing the exact same thing for like 12 hours or 6 hours or however long I end up working for. So yeah, that's that. I'm going to stop rambling now. I will see you later. I'm not going to take you to the gym because one of the reasons, fucking hell, I keep talking, don't I? One of the reasons why I don't, one of the reasons why I stopped liking being a fitness coach was because one of the things that you have to do as a fitness coach is go to the gym, put up your tripod and film yourself at the gym. And one of the things that I really like about going to the gym is like that it's just my space to like not think about anything else. Or my best sessions are when I'm not going on my phone. I'm literally just in the zone, lifting weights, doing what I need to do, and that's it. And if I start taking you to, maybe one day I will, maybe when I have a videographer, he'll come to the gym with me. But at the moment, I'm just going to leave you here. I do have to think of, fucking hell, I do keep talking, don't I? Fucking hell, it's so easy to just keep talking to the camera. I do have to find a way to like keep this interesting because I can't just have this as the main thing. I'm just holding it here. And I have to like go to different places. Maybe I'll go to when I go for walks and I'll sit on the bench down the road in the lake and talk to the camera there, and I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's the first day, so hopefully it's a little bit interesting because it's kind of new. But yeah, we'll see. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what people say. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling now. See you later. All right. So in this video, I did promise that I was going to explain why I'm at zero, why I am at the bottom, why I feel a little bit, I guess, behind in life. All my friends are earning more than me, whatever, blah, blah, shite kind of thing. And I was just doing some work. So obviously, you know that I'm basically going through creators, scraping their emails, going to reach out to them, have conversations, do some research on whether there is a potential market there for me to come and help out. And yeah, man, like I stumbled upon this guy called Jez. Oh, what's his name? I can't even. Oh yeah, there we go. Jez Franzen. And he had created this. So obviously I was just flicking through his YouTube channel here. It's like pretty new, to be fair. I don't know how he's got to 15.3k, but obviously he's quite popular unless he deleted some videos. And anyway, he's been getting consistent good views, and the stuff he's talking about is pretty interesting. And one of the things that he's talked about here is, if it can, let's see if it can focus on that. Basically, it's fine. I've got it here. The title of the video is, "It's only after we've lost everything that we're free to do anything." And I thought it was quite fitting for my situation. Not that I've lost everything. Like dude, I fucking live with my parents. I have a nice house to live in. I got food on the table. My dad's paying for my petrol. So I'm actually fucking lucky, man. Because some people will be out on the street right now. So the fact that I have this safety net means that I'm not at zero. But psychologically, like, I literally don't have anything. I've got literally nothing to lose in some way, because like I have no real strings. I haven't really done anything. I'm like not committed to a path yet. And so I feel completely free to like take a swing at the thing that I actually want to do, which is this. And so I think going to zero, like allowing myself to get to zero, I mean, psychologically, actually has been quite powerful, because now I'm like, well, I've got nothing, got no income. I may as well just do the thing that's going to bring me the most fulfillment, or that feels right. So yeah, I guess like what happened was I was in Bali, and I was actually had this fitness coaching offer, and then like a few weeks in, I think, to be fair, like looking back on it, like I think I probably maybe could have persisted a bit longer, because it got to the point where I didn't know how to solve the problem that I was trying to solve. And instead of like persisting and figuring it out, I kind of just was like, I don't know if I want to do this. And I switched to posting on YouTube. And then I think inside it wasn't the thing that I wanted to be like known for, maybe. There's so many different things at play. I don't think it was one thing. And I just let it go to zero. And then I still had a few guys that I was coaching, and I still do coach one or two guys. But then I did try like different things. I tried writing for a bit, but there was no real pressure for me to make money because I had savings. And then it got to the point where like I didn't have any savings, and I was in Bali, and I was like, oh my God, like what do I do? So I just started fucking sending cold emails, and I actually made progress. That's the thing. That's the funny thing. I think it's not even that hard to win, because I literally just sent like emails for like a month, and I was having sales calls, and if I did that consistently, I would have made progress. But now I'm back home, I'm like, well, I could continue that path and I probably will be successful, but then is it the thing that I actually want to do? Or was I just doing it because I had the pressure of the money thing? And it feels to me like that is the reason. And like there's such a big thing on like, oh, you shouldn't niche shop. But I mean, like I'd rather niche shop right now than in like 2 years. Because in 2 years, I'm going to actually have invested a lot of time in understanding the thing. Whereas this thing that I'm doing now, like approaching creators and building creator businesses, that is like really interesting to me, like intrinsically interesting to me. Like it's actually the thing that I talk about to people. Like I talked to my brother yesterday, and I was talking to Alex Hormozi's media company, or like the way that he has built a business. And I speak to like, I talk about Stephen Bartlett and his, like, obviously these guys are like massive players in the game, but that's what I talk about all the time. I don't talk about like cold email all the time, and it's not something I don't think I'm going to ever talk about. I have a curiosity in this like creator economy and how these creator businesses are built. So I may as well just pursue that, because I am at this stage where I am at zero and I have nothing to lose. And it's going to allow me to hopefully see more success in the long run, because I'm actually doing something that I want. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, the time is 6 o'clock. I feel like today actually has been quite productive. I mean, like, the thing is, this thing takes time. And like, I mean, what I mean by that, literally going through each channel takes time, but like, it's the first time that I've done it. So obviously now, tomorrow, when I come and do it, it's going to be like, bam, bam, bam. But I'm going to hit the volume. I'm going to do the work. But the tricky thing is, can I do this for, I know I have to, got no choice. I'm going to do this for like 60 days to 90 days, send 30 emails per day to creators, and try and book. If I can book 90 calls and have 90 conversations, that would be a really good position, because that's going to give me so much insight into the pains, and also which type of creator. Like the thing is, it's easy to niche down into a type of business, right? Like you have a dentist, cool, that's a type of business, or like a commercial cleaning company, or a binge eater, or like an Indian person that wants to lose weight kind of thing. I don't know if YouTube creator between 10k to 50k subscribers, or 100k subscribers, whatever it is, or 1 million subscribers is the right niche. And the thing is, I can't make a decision on whether something is the right niche or not until I actually go and do some research. So now I'm at this stage of like doing this discovery, because I've got like a few different types. I've got like vlogging, I've got like lifestyle, I've got self-help, I've got tech and productivity and that kind of thing. And so I think by sending out, let's say I send 30 emails for 90 days, that's going to be 300 times 9, which is like 2,700 emails. And bearing in mind, these are going to be hyper personalized. So I'm going to like comment on one of their videos and be like, hey, I saw your video, this is kind of cool. I just wanted to reach out and see if hopefully I should get a good response rate, because it's going to be quite personalized. After having like 90 conversations, I'm going to get a good idea of I'm going to be able to basically build a pattern on the type of creator that is worth working with and who are in pain and who want to like, who have the problem that I want to solve is kind of thing, if that makes sense. So that's where I'm at. But the good thing about being at 0 is that I don't need to rush this whole process as well. Like I can actually do this properly. I don't need, like, I can just keep working at it. And I think the thing that is quite scary about entrepreneurship is that you just have to keep working. And Hormozi makes a video on this. If you don't know who Hormozi is, check him out if you're into business, because he's the man. And I mean, if you're into business and you don't know who Hormozi is and you're listening to me, then I would probably encourage you to stop listening to me and only listen to Hormozi, because you'll probably make more money listening to him than me. But that's just a side point. But he made this video and he was like, the tricky thing about entrepreneurship, and I think it gets worse as you get later on in the game, is that you have to eat shit for an extended period of time, and you don't know how long you have to eat shit for until you actually get the reward that you're looking for. So for example, like it might take 6 months for me to actually understand the problem, get the problem or articulate the problem so right for these creators that someone buys. And the thing is, the way I've been thinking about it is like, I have to build a life where I'm happy regardless of the outcome. Now, obviously, I have to look at the data, and if there's like no one responding to my emails after 30 days, then okay, that's an indicator that like no one is even interested in this, like in talking to me. So there's no viability, right? But if, you know, and like you should get some response after 30 days of 30 emails, because that's like 900 emails, 900 hyper personalized emails. You're gonna get one response. But like, yeah, if I realize that like no one's, if I like through sending all these emails, having the conversations, understanding what people want, then I'm going to be able to come up with an idea of a business. But up until I do the work, then I'm not going to be able to understand. But the point I'm trying to make is like, I have to do this. I have to go into this thinking that it's going to take way longer than I think it's going to like take to work, and I'm okay with not knowing when it's going to happen. Like I would just keep my head down and do the work, and focus on. And the thing is, don't think about the destination. Just think about, okay, like I'm scraping these emails. How can I make sure that each email is perfectly crafted? Like focus on that side. And the thing that I think, there's a few things that actually make it bearable. One is actually having something worthwhile. Like there's no point eating shit for the sake of eating shit kind of thing. Like there's no point doing something. Like it's hard to eat shit when the reward of eating shit is not worth it. So if like, this is why I want to go down this path, is because I feel like working with creators is something that I would find so interesting. Because I think I like the type of person that goes and becomes a creator is the type of person that I'd love working with. And so I think that's why I can bear the shit, eating shit. And then the second thing is actually just being okay, like doing the work, like literally just making yourself happy. And that like comes through meditation, like not looking at social media, trying to eat clean. Like, dude, if I don't eat clean, and I struggle with this quite a lot, but I'm getting a lot better. But like, if I don't eat clean for a day, I can notice the next day I'm less motivated because I've had this massive dopamine spike. And then the day after I have this crash, right? And then because of the crash, I'm more distracted because I'm like, oh, I don't have any like dopamine in my reservoir to like actually do the work. And so like protecting my biology is actually a really good way to stay motivated. And that's for any like business, because man, it's fucking hard. Like actually fucking hard. I think when I first started this, I didn't think it would be so hard, but it is actually long. The thing is like, I'm being a wuss as well, because people have gone and fought wars, and business was way harder before. Like I'm just clicking buttons on the screen at the end of the day. And that's another useful reminder. Like I'm not fucking doing anything that crazy, but I think it's just reminding yourself that the uncertainty is okay. Like just focus on the thing that you're doing. and bringing yourself back to earth. And that's why I find meditation so powerful. Anyway, that's another ramble. And this video is going to be like 40 minutes for today. So I think I'm going to have to make these daily vlogs. So I think what I'm going to do is work all day, vlog throughout the day. And then at the end of the day, I'm going to have to just like edit the vlog. Hopefully it'll take me like an hour. I'm going to keep it super. I'm not going to edit it properly. I'm going to try and edit the best I can, but as in I'm not going to do any effects and stuff. It's literally just going to be scene after scene after scene. And maybe we'll get some traction. Who knows? But again, with this, like, whenever I've done YouTube, I've always done it for some sort of end result. But now this is for the process. And I think that's the thing, man. Like, the man who loves to walk will always walk further than the man who wants to go to the destination. I think that's a quote. I don't know if I butchered it. But I'm actually enjoying this right now because I feel like speaking to the YouTube is actually like giving me friends. And I feel like one of the hardest things about this is that like I'm kind of doing this alone, but like you are now my friend. So there we go. And I'm going to try and show more of my life. Like maybe I'll try and like take you along to when I make breakfast and stuff, and like, I don't know, just take this little thing along. The DJI camera is so good. So I'm just going to get used to like doing this face to camera kind of vibe. But yeah, like if you like this video, because I'm going to end it here, I think I'm going to lock in for the next. I think my brother's going to come home in like an hour. So I'm going to lock in for an hour, have dinner with my brother, lock in for another like 4 hours, go to sleep at like 11, hopefully fall asleep by 12, and then up again at 8. I'm not a big morning. I used to actually wake up early morning, but I've realized that like basically like it doesn't really matter when I wake up, innit? As long as I do the work. And I used to be a big like 4 a.m. kind of guy, but I actually found that like going to sleep early for me was actually quite difficult. So then I actually think I was a lot more tired throughout the day, and I didn't realize it, and it was affecting my decision making. Whereas now I just sleep at like 11, reasonable time, easy time to get to sleep by, because most people are asleep by then, in my house anyway. And then like wake up at 8, get a good night's sleep. I feel great throughout the day. Less emotional. Because when I don't sleep, I'm emotional. And I make bad decisions with food. So, yeah, I just want to finish all these emails today. At least get that one thing done. Because I think that's the most important thing for me, is to reach out to people and get conversations going. And then after that, I'm just going to I'm going to continue with the course and get at least one of the modules done. Hopefully 2, if I can. But yeah, peace out, and see you tomorrow.